Hello and welcome to Rainy Day Crafting. I've got to my 30th day of my challenge. So today I'm going to make obviously the last in my Christmas cards. Obviously I'm going to be sort of coming on here regular, but not every day. Okay, so if you have been following me, there'll be a couple of days probably without one. I'm going to try and do potentially 3 a week, I suppose, 3 little videos a week. Anyway, today I'm using a selection of things to make my card, okay? I think these are absolutely glorious. I think I have mentioned this company before, Clearly Besotted. They've just got a really sort of lovely customer service. But do you know what? I actually bought, I was going to say, I don't know what I was going to say. It's gone. Anyway, these ones, you can sometimes just get the stamps, and these come with the die cuts as well. Okay, so today I'm doing the little bird just to make things sort of a bit quicker. I stamped out the little bird, rather gorgeous, isn't it? And then I've coloured it in with some of my distressed oxide. So I made a little bird, sort of tumbled grass for the blue, typical red berries for that, but I used one of the water pens to do that. And the little legs, I literally just used one of the daubers. I actually used a dauber for the blue, just to go over the feet, because obviously I'm going to be cutting it out. Actually, let's just cut that out first, and we'll just sort of do this step by step. I've done that sort of just to speed it up. I'm sure I will get to know how you can sort of fast forward your videos, because I don't want it to be that you... Oh, the plate's gone. How strange. That you spend so much time on here. Okay. So, when you cut these out, just line it up as best you can. Pop it in there. I'd still put a little shim in there. Fingers crossed it's in the right place, because obviously it's much harder to sort of work out if you're exactly right. That in there, a little shim on top and the top, so fingers crossed. Although I've now done that, I had planned to emboss it actually over the top. There we go. See, when you cut these out, they obviously cut it out nice and cut out the little bits in between, although it didn't do the feet. But then it always leaves a bit of an edge. So whether you want to, I will probably still tidy it up a bit. So when I'm looking to buying, I might just leave them on there. When I'm looking to buy and stamps and the dies, often, if it's a reasonably easy looking stamp you're doing, see, this is now, see, that's awkward to get in there, to be fair. You don't necessarily need to have, because although I'm doing this, see, I could have done it by hand anyway. So always look at that, because obviously when it works out more expensive for you, doesn't it, if you're then buying the dies to cut out. So look at what you're getting, and if it's a reasonably easy looking shape, don't bother to buy the dies to go with it. Sometimes they come in sets anyway, but sometimes they don't. Right, she's really cute. I don't know why I'm calling her, but I am. Anyway, I'm using different stamp sets and things for this. So I suppose that's one of my little tips as well. Look outside of don't think you just got to use those or those or those, because I suddenly thought, oh, I could have her sitting on a tree stump, which would look quite sweet. Yep. So what I'm going to do, this comes out of here. These were a very good make. I can't remember what make they are, but very, very sturdy. The company I use for these is Printable Heaven. Brilliant company. I think this was probably £3 or something. And they come with the magnetic to keep them in there. But I tend to just cut the top off and store them. I'll show you sometime how I store all my bits and pieces. But anyway, so I wanted the tree stump out of that. So what I was going to do here is literally just with a bit of, I've got a couple of my distressed inks, oxides, ground espresso and gathered twigs. So I just need a couple. Let's have a look. I want it to look mottled. I mean, I might just stick with this colour actually. I just need it only sort of the size I don't have to even sort of worry about sort of blending it really well, because, you know, the tree stump is meant to be all different colours, isn't it? If I now, don't think we've got another. Right. Just do the odd bit of extra. Like I say, we're just mottling it as much as anything. Just let that dry a minute. I'll come back to that. Okay. That's that. Let's put them out of the way. Let's put these out of the way here. Let's put that somewhere to dry at the moment. Always make sure your hands are fine, because, you know, if you get, you can so easy ruin your card, can't you? Right, they're all together there. That's together there to put back in. I do try and keep them all together. You know, I mean, I have got dies where, you know, I've got all flowers together and things like that. But I keep the things together, and I just have to remember what I've got. Now, I could keep that. I've got an envelope, you know, the clear plastic envelopes that I keep all these in, because that's, you know, if you want to, you can use that as a you know, template. Anyway, right, let's pop that out of the way. Got a couple more of those there in case I need. It's always worth, I printed out, I think, three, because if you muck one up, if not, you're sort of going back to the drawing board. That was the little stamp. I just literally done that on a tiny little stamp, but I've got it to the side in case I still need it. So that's drying beautifully there. This is probably, actually, let's just get that done out of the way. With a bit of luck, that should fit on there perfectly okay. Yep. So I just need, I've just had the other one of those and I've just put it somewhere. How ridiculous is that? Oh, I just now had it, didn't I? Sorry about that. How strange, I just had it. So, right, let's go in on there. So it's got, while I'm looking at these, it's got a sidekick and then it's got cutting pad. So put it on there, that's on there. There we have that cut. I'm going to leave it there at the moment because one is going to dry properly, and if I want to then use the bits to like paper piece, they're in the right place. Right, I can definitely put that out of the way now. Right, now I'm coming over to this one, the Merry Christmas. So what I'm planning to do, this, you can do it with, you know, your other word dies. What I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to put that on there, make sure it's nice and level. Obviously, so I need to open my card out. Going to go about there. Might just mark it. Don't very often, but okay. Oh, marked it and there's no lead in my pencil. There you go. I've normally got ever so many pencils. I'm not good to find one there. Would you believe it? I normally have ever so many pencils. It's gonna be one of those days today. Oh, I'm going to just right. Okay, that's the one side over there. This is what I need, is my big shot. Could have prepared this earlier, but I just want to show you how I'm doing that really. So need all the plates. Do this right, that bottom one, so you need them all in there. Now obviously I don't want to ruin the card, plate on there. Just don't want it to move. If you can put your plate down without then letting it move, we should be fine. So now through she goes and back again. I hope she's cut far enough. Right. Pop that out of the way. Right, so here we now have, keep the little bits in case you need them. Right, now with your long scissors, make sure it's cut through to remove it there. Now, because of what I'm doing, just to make sure I don't get, well, can you see what I'm now going to do? That's going to be, can you see, on your top of your car, and then I'm literally going to cut from the corner right up to there. If you feel happy marking it, that's fine. But that's, if you use, you know, these long bladed scissors, you should be fine. So it's corner. So there we have Merry. Okay. So I don't need to necessarily keep, obviously, because it's just got all the letters. But, you know, if these bits that then punch out, if you need them, always keep them to one side. But I don't need them, so they can go. That's a spare bit of card that I can then put some more sentiments on and cut out. Always keep these little bits because they're always easier. And with this, it's got Merry Christmas. So we're going to use that. It's the first time I've used this one, actually. Sometimes stretch them, rub them, sort of to get a little bit of the extra coming off. Got this with some red on earlier. So just with a baby wipe, let's clean that off. The trousers will dry it off. So then, obviously if you're just using a little block, you know, you don't get 2 attempts at it as such. So okay, so with my usual VersaFine, okay, I'll just pull this down here a little bit, because like I say, once you've done it, sort of maybe just quite close up there, I think. Didn't quite do it. I didn't give it enough pressure, can you see? Now this is where I just imagine it could be. Oh, not bad. Actually, I can get away with it. Oh, that's actually almost given it that shadow effect. I thought I'd then ruined it, and I'd probably stop the video and start all again. But anyway, not too bad. I quite like the effect. Probably couldn't do it again now if I tried. Anyway, a little bit of this on here. A little bit of the, oh, I might not do over there. I'll have no embossing powder left. It's the only thing when you sort of do a little bit of the heat gun, It does sort of make your card warp just a little bit. Okay, so it's got Merry Christmas on there, which is fine. Now, because I like to coordinate, because she's very blue, oh, let's just put her, let's just do this first, although I'm going to put these on afterwards, because if I was to muck up, sounds like I'm always mucking up. No, I do occasionally. So what I'm going to do, the Merry, I'm going to colour in the festive berries, which is exactly the same colour as her hat. Okay, so what you need to do with that, get yourself a bit of scrappy paper. I use an old any old diary or something. So what I need to do here, what I'm going to do is tear this in half. Now literally, put that out of the way, I'm going to put that card there, yeah, and then I might even do it double. I just want to make sure it's totally where I want that, okay? Because I don't want any to go on the card. Now, if you wanted to, you could tape that down. Let me just, for now, let's weight it down with something. What have I got I can weight it down with? Okay, well, I get this ready. And my red little gobbers. Don't think it's moved. So now, okay, obviously you don't want to get on your hands. I have to, oh, it's not too bad. There's that little tiny bit I'll snip out there actually. It's caught there. So, because you don't want to have, oh look, already, remember how you can always use things for something else as well, can't you? So, right, that's just drying there. Let's pop that away. Tiny little bit there, but what I'll probably do is just cut another slither there. Because we know, you know, these are homemade cards, but you actually want to make them as tidy and as sort of precision as possible, don't you? So right, let's put that out of the way, because if there's ink on there before you know it, that'll be everywhere. Right, pop them out of the way. So while that's drying, quite a plain card, as I tend to like to do, but so this should, pokey tool. Remember, if you haven't got a pokey tool, don't worry, because you can just use a pin. Do you know what? Obviously, if I wanted to, I could now paper piece all them bits in, but actually to coordinate the white with all this, I think it's perfectly okay like that. All right, and then she is going to be sitting on there. Ah, do you know what? Perfect, 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 she says, Sarah, perfect. That little blodge, if I put that just a little bit higher, I can put that there. And you would never have known I slightly went over the edge, would you? So, right, I think I'm going to use some of my sticky specks. I think that's what I say, sticky specks. That's getting, so it's running out this bit. I need to get a new piece out. So I will use it to the death, because you can see there's all little bits on there, just to sort of catch things. You see how, I say naughtily, I don't know, by putting that bird just a little bit higher up there, which I quite like the idea of her being there anyway, actually covers up that slight mistake. So, all good. Let's put that out of the way. can you see where I sort of did the different colour? And obviously you can put these all these little bits back in, which I feel it's almost like doing a jigsaw, which is easy to do, but I actually think it picks out the white of the card behind. So now what I'd be tempted to do is possibly just raise her up a little bit, just so she really sort of, so her feet are firmly on the tree stump. Hang on, we just want her that side a little bit, so she's there. You could literally just stick her down as there, or you can raise her up a little bit. Or another little trick. Oh, just while I'm here, I want to give you these. These feet aren't too bad, but sometimes you have really, I think you might have seen it on one of my other videos, but if there's got tiny, like little birdie stick feet, if you were to print that out, cut that out, then print your bird where it's going, but then cut the bird out minus the feet, nobody knows that the feet, you haven't really cut them out. So but it looks really good. So I'm going to use that with a little, see, I could use it straight in flat, which looks quite nice. I'm going to raise her up. Raise me up. What's that? Whose song is that? I don't know why on earth I started doing that. Apologies. Oh, a sticky scissors. Right, that should hold it down. Lovely. But this foam stuff I got from Poundland, but it takes absolutely no prisoners, okay? So you might need to make sure it's going exactly where you want, which I think is there. And where my Christmas, I don't think you can glean, is almost got that shadow effect. I could be saying I meant to do that. Okay, I did think I'd wrecked the card, but as it happened, this is where your stamping platform really comes in well. Anyway, there we have my last card in my 30-day challenge. Hope you like. I do tend to like, when I make cards, I don't put too much on. You know, I could put a few little stars there maybe. I did pick out some of these to put in as well, which, you know, I could put sort of a few leaves, but I feel it's enough. Okay, so anyway, see you soon. Thank you.